So do you feel like it's easier for women to find love than men? Because I feel like it's easier for men to find love than women.
No, and I'll tell you why. Because women, okay. We have to rise to a certain level to even get girls to look at us. Does that make sense?
If you ugly.
But you won't say that.
But okay, you can make that thing. But most men are ugly to most women.
Yeah, that's literally a fact.
Hell yeah.
But I feel like a man could leave a woman right now and find him another woman immediately. And a woman leaves a man right now and it's going to take her 2 years, 3 years.
You really think so?
I know so.
Okay, that's not true. A woman can easily replace. A woman could break up with a guy, go to the club and find a dude that night. A dude, he breaks up with his girl, he's going to have a way harder time finding a woman.
Beyonce but that don't mean he's ready to settle. A lot of women be ready to be in a relationship. A lot of guys are not. So I feel like, say you break up with her and she's ready to be in a relationship versus a girl leave with a guy. Another guy's not going to be so ready to be in a relationship.
Sure, but women have far more opportunity than men do. Way more. And that opportunity can lead to something.
Like, I mean, we do, but...
Like most women, right, don't like most men. Would you guys agree that most women don't find most men attractive?
Right.
But we find most women attractive, but most of them don't find us attractive.
Right.
So you guys have far more opportunity and you can move more pieces across the chessboard than we can.
We do have more opportunity, but y'all can be in a relationship way longer than a woman would be, to me.
Well, that's because we don't end relationships. It's the women that end them.
Hell yeah.
That's true.
And niggas don't get over it.
I mean, you even admitted it yourself. You're the one that's keeping the relationship from going.
Shots fired.
I didn't say I was keeping it from going. I just said I was.
Yeah, but you're the barrier is my point. Why? Because, and here's the thing. You don't know this, but I know why. You have that mindset. You know that you could replace your guy faster than he can replace you.
Yep.
That's the truth.
That's not true.
Absolutely true.
Ooh, he's reading you.
Yeah.
So bad. I would shut the fuck up.
Yeah, see? Giving your sister
Wait, say it again. Say it again.
I said the reason why you're reluctant to maybe get into something more serious with your guys because you understand that you have leverage and you can get a faster relationship. Or you have better opportunities than he does.
And options.
Man, she wasn't even
So
listening.
in other words, you have more options than he does. And that's just in most situations. I mean, hell, even your sister said, oh yeah, I kind of have something, but I have options and I'm dating. So that, I don't think women understand that, like, having options and having opportunities directly affects your mindset when it comes to settling down.
Not really.
You said not really?
Because you just said the fact that I have, like, are you saying, like, the fact that I have options and I said that I have options, that's, like, harder for me to settle down?
It makes you more reluctant to settle down.
Like, you're more picky.
You could afford to be more picky when you have more options.
I mean, okay, I guess. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Like, that's just kind of what it is. Versus, like, let's go back 30 years ago, right? Like, literally back in time. If it was like, if you were in Miami and you didn't have access to internet, you didn't have access to dating apps, you didn't have access to Instagram or whatever, you'd be far more open to, being in something more serious with a guy.
That's crazy. I said that before, though.
Yeah, the internet has made it where women have endless options. So what ends up happening with women is you guys think, oh, the world's my oyster. I can get any man that I want. Why am I going to sit there and settle on you?
Yeah. But that's
men
vice,
too.
Yeah, that's vice versa.
Yeah, do it more.
You guys really think men have as many options?
Yes.
What? Yeah.
There's
more girls on
overall.
Instagram than men. Like,
right,
when you go on your phone right now, how many girls
let's make this
on
simple.
your Instagram?
Have you rejected more men, or have you rejected more men, or have you been rejected more?
That still don't mean.
No. That's actually very important. How many times have you been rejected versus how many times have you rejected men?
Okay.
You could probably count on one hand the amount of times you've been rejected, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's probably been thousands of times you've rejected a guy. Every dude that catcalled you, every guy that tried to get your number, every guy that hit you up on Facebook or Instagram. Like, you would probably hundreds, if not thousands of times you've rejected a man. But you could probably count 1, 2 hands amount of times you've been rejected. That's my point. Okay. Women don't get rejected often, if ever.
Yeah.
And that absolutely plays into your psyche where you think, like, okay, I could get almost any guy that I want. Why the fuck am I going to settle on you?
Mm-hmm. Or it gets better than this. So.
Exactly.
Because I really do think like that. Like, I feel like I don't have to settle until I get what I want.
The best thing possible.
And I could get what I want.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, until you're 30 and with 3 kids.
Well, I don't have none right now, and I'm not 30, so.
Oh, yeah.
But eventually, I think at a certain age, you do have to, like, make a choice, because if you don't, you get too old and then...
I wrote a whole book about this. It's called Why Women Deserve. Amazon bestseller. So in the book, right? All jokes aside, in the book I go through this how like most women don't like most men, and most women look at men as like pesky mosquitoes. So what ends up happening is a majority of men are effectively invisible to a majority of women, and then women only pick the top 10% of men. But the problem is that these men typically don't want to settle down.
Yeah.
Because if men have options, which we rarely do, by the way, only a small fraction of us are able to get options. We don't want to settle down. We want to have multiple women. So that's kind of what it is. But I think, if anything, I think this whole options thing, it's actually hurt women more than helped them, in my opinion. Because I think what ends up happening is there's good men that come along. You think I could do better?
Yep.
You think you could do better? And then you wait. And then you find out, damn, maybe I can't do better. And then you try to settle, but then the problem is that women can't go backwards. So let's say you have a guy, high school sweetheart. You guys have been friends. He treats you well, but he only makes $50K per year. He's a plumber. Nah, I could do better. Maybe you travel a little bit. You date one guy that, might have been an NBA player. You date another guy that might have been a business owner. You date another guy that might have been, in the military. You date another guy that, is a rapper or a musician. And then another guy that's a millionaire. What ends up happening, what I've noticed with girls is like, it's very difficult for you guys to go backwards. So if you date a guy of one caliber, you really can't go backwards to date a guy that's not on that same caliber. So what ends up happening is you become a victim of your own experiences. You're like, damn, I'm not going to go backwards. And then you only want that type of guy, but that type of guy doesn't want you back. He might want you for sex. He might want you for a date here or there. Hell, he might even fly you out. But is he going to actually commit to you and give you his last name? Probably not. Maybe not. Or you're not willing to be a part of his harem. He has 5 other girlfriends. Do you want to be the 6th? No, I'm special. I'm not going to do that shit. Fine. But then you can't get that guy to commit to you. So this is why girls perpetually stay single, because they get acclimated to a certain type of man, and then they can't get that guy. And then when they do decide to settle, 31 years old, 32 years old,
Yeah.
and then maybe that guy that they wanted before, they can't be satisfied with him because they had something better.
You made a good point.
Yeah, he does, but
But
Men
what?
be doing stuff.
it's not even that. Like,
What is it?
What is it?
Sure.
Tell us.
I'm
And then I
trying
want to know what men be doing stuff means.
double back to me because I'm trying to see the perfect way to say what I want to say. But what he's saying, like, it's I understand.
You know, as a
like,
result, you guys choose wrong. You choose the tallest guy with the most money, the most status, and it's like, okay, he's hot. But it's the same way how you want him, everyone wants him as well. So you got options. He's like,
Yeah.
you know what? Well, I'm going to pick only you. I got all y'all.
I feel like sometimes
Merch.
women pick the same, like, go after the same person that they got, like, not got away from, but like the same nigga that didn't want them or anything. Like, let me give you an example. Like, say for instance, okay, I like scammers.
No, we know.
No, I don't like scammers.
We
but
believe you.
It,
In the past.
okay, whatever. Say for instance, you go for the scammer guy, whatever, and it doesn't work with that scammer. So you go to another scammer, it don't work
Exactly.
with that scammer. It's like, it's different types. So you got a nigga that work, you got a scammer, you got a dope boy, you got one with the business, you got different options. But I feel like
so
they
you're
keep
proving
going
his
back.
point.
I just said that.
Okay.
No, I'm agreeing with him. Like I'm saying, like that's what I'm saying. Like I get what he's saying.
Okay.
But and then you said you feel like that's why women, what did you say?
They choose wrong.
Yeah, they choose wrong. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like, because they keep going for the same shit, just different types of bodies. So
You were trying to say because men do shit. What does that mean?
No, but even before that, I just feel
Sure.
like not all men care about if a man has money. Like, I'm not saying I don't want no,
You mean all women?
Not all
I mean all women. I don't care
Sure.
if you like, you don't have to have all the money in the world. I
I
care
never
more.
said that's what it is. What I said was once you get acclimated to a certain type of guy, it's difficult to go backwards.
That really don't matter either. Because say if I did mess with an NFL player and I left him alone, I wouldn't mind dating somebody that didn't make the same as my amount of money as him. Because guess what? I got more peace. I got more happiness. I got more stuff out of him than just because he's an NFL player.
Yeah, but you're gonna want a guy that's comparable in lifestyle. He might not necessarily make $20 million a year, but you're gonna want a guy that is a comparable lifestyle.
so you.
I mean, we could do, if I make money too and you make money too, we can make it happen. It don't have to
So
be
half and half? I know you don't want that
50?
shit.
It don't have to be half and half, but like he play majority of the stuff and I do certain things. Like I don't care for all that big.
Yeah. And
Crazy
how much
stuff.
money do you think you gotta make to pay a majority of the stuff?
See?
See, like the math
Back to
doesn't
square
math, right? Like this is what I'm trying to say. Like I
Now,
get
he
it.
gotta have
Like,
a good paying job. What you mean? If the man know how to manage his money, save his money, it's other ways. Like you think, oh, people who got buildings and all this crazy stuff, oh, it's because they just came out of nowhere and was rich.
I think you're missing a point that if you get acclimated to a certain caliber of man and lifestyle, it's very difficult to regress and deal with a guy that's not at that level.
Yeah.
And you-
Like those men are effectively almost invisible. Like every girl, like I don't know if you noticed, like chicks that date celebrities, what ends up happening? They always have to keep dating fucking celebrities or date athletes or date men on that caliber because it's very difficult to go backwards and be with a guy that isn't of that level. Because the problem with you women is that you guys need bigger and better. Does that make sense? You guys can't date someone on your level. You need someone significantly better than you. So what ends up happening is you become almost a victim of your own taste. I've dated a guy that makes $100,000 a month. I can't go backwards now. And he was attractive. Now, the next guy's got to make $100K a month, if not very similar. Or else you're going to not be attracted to him.
And let's say you can, in your case, digress or I guess like downgrade. Ultimately, you're going to always remember that guy from the past. He don't compare to this guy. Timmy was always taking me
Next
up to
time
the
y'all
basketball
argue,
games.
oh, you broke, nigga. My last boyfriend was able to get me a
Yep.
XYZ.
Yeah,
Sometimes the
nigga.
money don't care. That person could put you through so much. It's like
Right.
you don't even
House
see the
job,
money.
Sure.
You know.
You don't even see the money. It be the most girls who be having
But you
all
could
of that.
also downgrade and then upgrade your new man.
Definitely.
No, that's not. Yeah, okay. All right.
You want to
Bro,
build the man up?
That's not going to happen, bro.
You want to build the man up?
Women, once a girl deals with a dude that's a baller or a guy that makes money, there's no fucking way she's building a man up ever again. Never.
That's true.
Yeah, you build him up, he's gonna cheat on your ass.
Yeah, bro.
And I'll be paid.
Look, and I get it because here's the thing, right? When I have this discussion with women, the natural response is to buck back because this sounds very fucked up and opportunistic for me to say this about y'all, but this is how women date and deal with men. You guys deal with men in a very opportunistic manner when it comes to relationships. What can this guy provide for me? And I know that sounds fucked up, but it's the truth. Women don't come in saying like, oh yeah, like just bring yourself. Like, no, he needs to bring something, maybe charisma, charm, good looks, money, height, something. Like men have to bring value to a relationship. Women don't. So for you guys, you look at it like it's kind of fucked up when I say this shit out loud, but it's the truth. A man has to bring something to the table. Women don't.
I mean, that's how you guys were raised too.
That's true. Which
yeah,
is fine.
Yeah, but exactly.
Men are the providers and women are the nurturers.
Men are designed to. We're from the time we're little boys, we compete, right? When boys play, right, on the playground, what are we doing? Football, basketball. We're playing a sport.
Matches.
We're competing. What do you guys do? Hopscotch,
Hopscotch.
jump rope, no fucking winners. Like women don't understand hierarchy and winners and losers, right? Like you guys just don't understand this concept of like win or lose or success. I mean, some girls do play sports and shit like that, but women are far more inclined to participate in activities that doesn't require a decisive victor. Versus like for men, it's like we have to compete. That's what we do. So for you guys, since you guys don't compete, the burden isn't on you guys to like go out there and perform and make money, be successful because we don't care about that. But you guys definitely care about that for us. To the point where you guys will date an ugly guy if he's a winner. Versus we're not gonna date an ugly if she's a winner. Does that make a difference? You know what I'm saying? Like
Shot the fresh.
Chris knows.
if a dude got money, there's no fucking way he's gonna get with an ugly just because she got money. We make the money so we don't deal with ugly. You know, does that make sense? Versus y'all will gladly deal with an ugly dude if he got money and status.
Chris
Because he's a
knows.
winner.
Shot the fresh.
Chris knows.
That you guys agree, disagree? I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie, you
But-
gotta be medium ugly. I don't know about all that too ugly stuff.
Damn, fresh.
All right,
Sorry,
bro.
Chris. Sorry for you, bro.
I know,
But the
right?
point is that you'll make a concession and date an ugly guy if he checks other boxes.
No,
I feel like
She literally
everything
just
is
said that.
opinions.
I
You said he
wouldn't.
got to be medium ugly.
Fucking
I
big
like
about
ugly niggas, so
Yeah, but
Oh,
but they
that'd be
got to do
fresh,
other
yeah.
shit though.
yeah.
He can't, yeah,
It just gotta make sense. You're right. I'm agreeing with you.
yeah, he can't just be ugly and broke. Like
Yeah.
damn, he's
like
got
damn, double homicide.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay, well, this has been quite the engagement.
yeah, this is why I don't believe women could be bisexuals. My whole takeaway here is that the reason why I don't think you guys can be bisexuals is because women are opportunistic in dating in general, and you have two individuals that come into a relationship that are opportunistic, you're gonna probably butt heads. She wants something, you want something, and it's very difficult to get it from the opposite gender. I'll tell you guys a funny story. So this girl, right? Thank you. This girl that I know,
Cool.
What's her name?
y'all don't know her.
Okay.
So still say it.
Still, what's her name?
You don't have to say it. What's the story? So the girl you know.
She's one of them boys.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
We're comedians.
You guys don't know. But anyway,
we're comedians.
which makes this story even funnier. She has this friend that will come down and visit her from up north, right? And this girl is very promiscuous, but she would come down, stay with her for free, and hang out with her, right? Every time she wants to come to Miami. So she doesn't pay for a hotel, she don't got to pay for an Uber, none of that shit. This girl drives her around, she takes her out to dinner, she pays for everything, right? But like, if some guys come around and invite her on a yacht, whatever, she's gone. She's drinking with them, hanging out with them, whatever, and she bails on her friend all the fucking time to party, right? So one day she bails on her and like she takes her key fob and loses it, gets drunk and lost and all this other bullshit. And she's pissed, right? She's telling me the story. Yeah, she fucking just left, and every time we go out to dinner or at lunch, like, she says she forgot her wallet or she doesn't have money or whatever, and I always foot the bill, and anytime we go anywhere, I have to pay the fee to get in, or I have to make the connection, all the shit. And I kind of just laughed, right? Because I was like, damn, how does it feel to be a fucking man? And then she was like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, what you're experiencing right now is literally what every fucking man goes through when they deal with women. Because you guys are not used to having the shoe on the other foot, where you guys are the one providing all the value, not getting shit back in return, right? So, and I could see she was like kind of mesmerized, like, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah, like, you're providing all this value, you're paying the money, and you're not getting anything back in return. You're pissed, aren't you? Yeah. She's like, what the fuck? Like, 'cause she was livid, guys. She was angry. She's like, I fucking hate this girl. I'm never talking to her again. Fuck this. Livid.
God damn.
But the reason why is because women rarely get finessed by other women. You guys finesse men all the time. Free dinner dates, hang out with me here, fix my car here. Oh yeah, thank you so much. Pat on the head, send that nigga home. Nothing, right? Y'all do that all the time. Every single one of you guys probably has a dude in your phone right now.
Yeah.
That gives you free
Dinner
value
date.
that you don't have to do shit for him, right? But I'll tell you, when he gets home, he's punching air. He's pissed. But it's very interesting to see a woman be on the receiving end of that shit and get angry because you guys are not used to it. So that was my funny story, because I was just laughing. I was like, bro, welcome to being a fucking man.
I have one question for
And
you.
that, my friends,
You like to see
that, my friends, is why women can't be bisexual.